It's that time again. Final Fantasy XVI. The state of play was a few days ago, but I've waited for the dust to settle. I've watched people I respect react to the state of play. I've took in their thoughts and opinions, and obviously used it as an excuse to watch the state of play again and again and again, so I could dissect it and have a look at all the juicy details that we may have missed the first time around. And I'm just on that journey once again, where I'm here talking about it in this video. So if you're in that journey as well, I'm hoping that you can stay here and listen to my thoughts and opinions on Final Fantasy XVI so far. With that all being said, what is up guys, Genesis 7, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are all doing well. Overall, my hype level is pretty high. Spoilers, I know, can you believe it? But I've got timestamps, so if there's something you want to hear me talk about in particular, you can go there, it's fine. I'm doing a lot of talking. If you want to speed up the video, that's fine. All I ask is for you to hit the like button, support the channel. And if you like the content you see and I want to see more Final Fantasy XVI hype, then please subscribe. And don't forget, if you're hyped right now and you can't contain yourself, comment down below in the comment section, because we're going to have quite a discussion. And if you are not hyped, I'd rather you go down there as well. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can discuss in the world of Final Fantasy XVI. So the state of play. Wow, we had 20 minutes, over 20 minutes of gameplay. This was all in engine as well. That is like an asterisk there. It's all in engine. Now I'm going to address an elephant in a room that I've seen a few people comment on, and that is our Creative Business Unit 3. Are they showing us too much before release, with more things to come? Me personally, I don't think so, but I can see where people are coming from. So let's just kind of dissect that just a little bit. I came out with this with more questions than more shock value. Yeah, I had a lot of like exclamation mark moments, but I had a lot more question mark moments. I feel this state of play was very well constructed in the way it was doing things. We got things that we kind of like, oh, that's what it is. We knew it. That's what we theorized in our heads. But then we had 100 more questions to what is going on in the game. So I think they're doing really well in that regards. I think the one thing that people were talking about the most was the overall EIKON battles. Did we see too much? And I don't think we did. I think we're just scratching the surface with what we've got there. You know, when you kind of tell people that your EIKON battles are going to be a variety of gameplay styles, you kind of just want to showcase more than one. Obviously, they had the Garuda and Ifrit fight from the preview event a couple of months ago, and people were like, is that it? So what they've done is they've showed you more. We've seen the Panzer Dragoon style gameplay. We've seen some of the epic battles with Height and Lost and Bahamut as well. And I think that's answered your question. I think that's what we're going to get a vast majority of gameplay styles, and I think there's a few more, I know there's a few more surprises in there. So overall, I think not too much was shown. I think they are very well versed in what they do, and everything we've seen and going to see is going to be the perfect combination. This journey, this pre-journey to Final Fantasy XVI is going to just be perfection. My thoughts. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section below. So let's get into the state of play itself. I think the beginning of it was like the original trailer, and there's a few people out on Twitter that have compared the images, and we can see how far the team have come in their graphic fidelity and the way they've just kind of gone into everything and make it look amazing. And this is going to be a glorious looking game on the PlayStation 5. This is the one time when I'm a little bit torn. Like, yes, I want to play this 60 frames because of the battle system, but looking at these environments and looking at these cutscenes, I low-key kind of want to play it in quality mode just to see how much effort has gone in to the graphics. Like, it's just a stunning looking game. And just recapping that first trailer at the beginning of the state of play really showcased that. Next, we moved on to what I like to call the PAX East recap. where essentially we were recapping what we learned at PAX East with the battle system, with more showcased. And I tell you something, we've seen the Kingdom Hearts shotlock, we've seen some insane Bahamut abilities, as well as Shiva's cloak, pulling them in, pushing them out. There's so many things that we're going to be able to do in this, and I can't wait to see those compilation videos. Like, it's been a while since I've gone out my way to watch people do compilation videos of doing stuff in game. I think this might be the game that draws me back in. So that was really, really cool to see. And we also obviously got the tiny ring accessories, and that I really think that's a great thing to kind of get people that are on the fence about this game, especially how action oriented the game is. It's like pure action, so having that accessibility is amazing. A lot of people are up in debate why they're doing it through rings. I just think it's a really great idea. So moving on, we kind of went over the Sid's Hideaway, and we've seen the training mode in a little bit more detail, and this is pretty insane. Like, I don't know if other games have done this, because I've not played the Devil May Cry series and the games that people are comparing Final Fantasy XVI to. But this training mode, the fact that you can turn all these like switches on, so if you want invincibility, you want regen, take no damage or do insane damage, and tweak the enemy's UI just so you can really practice these combos, is insane. And I think I'm going to spend a lot of time in there, because I'm not the greatest action game player, but having that tool there, it's going to make me want to get better and make me want to go on those leaderboards. I think I'm really going to like invest some time into this game to really be good at it. And there's going to be times when I'm going to be bad at it, and I might rely on the timely accessories. But on the flip side, I want to get better, and I think I'm really going to enjoy myself in that training mode. Again, we recapped more in Sid's Hideaway, the Hideaway it was called, with the blacksmith and the shop. But then we kind of moved on to side quests, and a great thing about side quests, and I can see people's positivity about this, is that you can teleport straight to the side quest giver. Wow, how far have we come in video games to be able to do that? A few people might be like, oh man, they're making the game too easy. No, this is convenience, right? When you're going to be smashing through those side quests, you don't want to be searching around for that quest marker. I've played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and even though that is quite a good kind of like exclamation mark finder in itself, it's still a chore. So be able to just teleport to that character is a plus in my eyes. I think next we had this like donation kind of thing, so it's interesting to see how that develops. And then we moved on to the Moogle. We had good old Otto with his hunt board. So hunts are back. We heard about this, and of course they said they were going to dive into more RPG elements in April. Here we are in April talking about those RPG elements, and hunts is there dead center, and it's great to see these. I like the transitions when you come across the monster where it freeze frames and gives you like the little bit of lore, but in the writing of the world of Valisthea. I think I got it right that time. I remember last time I was butchering the name of Valisthea, but let's just stick with that. So hunts are there. I'm going to have a thoroughly good time with hunts, try and find anything and everything in between and get those. I can't wait to see those epic ass ranks. I'm assuming that super bosses may be hidden behind these hunts. Who knows? I think there's going to be just bosses hidden anyway without any kind of like direction. You just kind of pick up lore along the way. And that's a good segue to the Lore Master, where we kind of have this classic Final Fantasy of Clive telling him about his tales, and then as he does that, you level up and you unlock more of the I forgot what it's called. Was it the 1,000 tomes? I'm doing it off the top of my head, but essentially this is your lore book. So you want to read into the world. I can't wait to just dive into this and know everything about Valisthea and its characters, its world. It's gonna be amazing, and I really think this might tie into, like, you might read something and think, oh, they keep talking about this monster that appears somewhere. Maybe if I go there, maybe that monster might be there. You never know. So I'm really looking forward to looking into that lore. And then, of course, we had the, I forgot what her first name was, but it was Ninetales. I just remember that. Pokemon, I know. But essentially, this is your, it looked like a Xenoblade Affinity chart, but essentially it's your kind of character updater. It's telling you the state of the world. You can go through the timeline of how characters have reacted or acted during those phases, and overall you're just getting more and more about the characters. And I think that's great. Like, this is going to be such a treat. You have this beautiful world running on the PlayStation 5, the power of the PlayStation 5, and you have all this lore to back it up. So I am really ready to dive into that. And then, of course, we kind of finished this off with the grand EIKON battles. I touched on this when we were saying, oh, is it showing too much? No, it's got me heavily hyped about the EIKON battles. Definitely seeing that Ifrit and Titan Lost battle. Wow. It's just, these are going to be absolute showpieces, and it really is, like they've described, it's going to be a roller coaster. Now, I don't want to wallow on too long. I wanted to keep this nice and short, even though I'm looking at my clock, it says 12 minutes, but with a few jump cuts here and there, I'm sure I'm about at the 11 mark. So I want to wrap up and really know your thoughts and opinions on Final Fantasy XVI, because we're getting close. We're 2 months away. I'm really excited to see what else comes out from Square Enix on the road to the launch of Final Fantasy XVI. Of course, I'm going to cover it here on the channel, so that's another excuse. You just hit the subscribe button and join me in that journey. And if there's anything I've missed, please let me know, and I'll discuss it with you in the comment section below. And I welcome everyone, people that are not looking forward to the game, people that are looking forward to the game. Let's just have a healthy discussion. And before I go, I just want to ask, is Final Fantasy XVI going to be Game of the Year? And we're going to quickly take this two ways. It's going to be my Game of the Year for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. But will it be Game of the Year? I think it has a strong chance. I know that we're going up against Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and that has its merits, it has its fan base, and it definitely has its game, and that is looking great. But I think Final Fantasy XVI is definitely going to be in the discussion. I honestly think when we get to December, it's going to be between Final Fantasy XVI and Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be so close. The only way that we're going to get more of a definitive answer is once those games come out. So what do you think? Let me know. So that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Again, stick it here for all of your Final Fantasy XVI content. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.